What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of K-Cards Baseball. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you all are doing well out there. As you can see, we are at the Minnesota Sports Card Show. This is the monthly show that they put on. This is actually one of the bigger monthly shows because it is the first show of the winter. The winter shows are always busier than the summer shows, but they normally have a really good turnout here. They have 110 tables total, so we're going to spend some time here today. The hunt for today is mainly the top prospects. I haven't done much looking through dollar boxes and $5 boxes for a while, so that is primarily what we're going to be on the hunt for today. So we're looking for your Dylan Cruz, Walker Jenkins, a Kobe Mayo, Jason Dominguez, and those level of players. So we're going to be looking through a lot of the value boxes today, mainly the $1, $5, and $10 boxes, and see what we can find. The main chase will be a Walker Jenkins auto card. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one of those for the price I'm willing to pay, but we will have to see today. So Trenton is supposed to be here sometime today, so you will probably see him sometime during the course of the day today. So let's get into this show and see what we can find. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, we are looking through this box. They have all baseball for $2 each and 20 for $30. So that is a really good deal. We've already made some pretty good finds in this box, so we're going to continue to look through them and see what else we can find. Right now, we've got like a Royce Lewis refractor, Mojo refractor, and some Walker Jenkins rookies. So we're going to continue to look through here and see what we got. Thanks, guys. I'll check back with you in a little bit. Here's a nice Brooks Lee Bowman first. We'll add that to the pile for our $2 cards. And yeah, they got some really good cards in here. Here's a Royce Lewis Bowman Platinum. Probably not going to get that one. We already have that one. There's a Jeter Collector's Choice rookie card. That's kind of cool for $2. That might not be a bad card at all. Mark McGwire, 87 rookie, right there. I've seen a lot of those today for $2. Mark McGwire, I mean, still might be a decent pickup for $2. Here's a Chipper Jones, 1990 Topps Chipper Jones rookie. They have it marked for $1 on the back, but they have it in the $2 box. So well, I already have a lot of those cards, but that isn't bad for a Hall of Famer for $1 for his rookie card. We're going to continue to look through here. Here's a Tom Glavine, 88 Donruss rookie. So, yeah, lots of really good cards in here. Here's a Roberto Alomar, 88 rated rookie. Lots of really good cards in here. So we're going to definitely come up with our 20 cards for $30. So we'll check back with you in a little bit, guys. Thanks. Alrighty, guys, we are back. We did finally finish going through all of these boxes. We probably spent an hour or so looking through all of these cards, but we only came up with a total of 17. So a little bit shy of that $30 or 20 card mark. So we're going to see, he does have these packs in the back for $6. So we're going to see if he is willing to throw in one of those packs of cards to get us to that $30 mark. So thanks, guys. We are going to move on down the road and see what else we can find at the show. Okay, guys, I just got a call from Trenton, and he is here at the show. So we're going to go and track him down and see what he is up to today. So hang on in a second. We will find him, and I will check back with you guys. Alrighty, we found Trenton. We found him at Rick's table. So there's our old friend Rick. So we're going to check in with Trenton and see what he is going on today. He's got a haircut. Wow, look at that. How about that? Okay, guys, we are back. We did actually look through these boxes right here. They weren't as good as the boxes I looked through earlier. So there were some decent cards, but didn't find very much that I was really interested in buying. Was talking with my new card friend here, Luke. He's got quite a stack here, so he's found some decent stuff, and he's been hanging out here for quite some time, so it's good to talk with him. So we'll check back with you here in a little bit, guys. We'll see you later. Okay, guys, we are back. This is Benjamin's table here. He was kind enough to pull out a box of cards for me to look through in his booth. So we're going to look through these value cards, looking for Jason Churio and any other Bowman first cards. So we're going to look through here and see what we can find. I'll let you know how it turns out. Okay, guys, we are back at Benjamin's table. He is talking to some people up front, but we did pick out some cards. We'll go through them later, and I'll let you know how we did. Thanks, guys. Trenton is actually sitting at Rick's table dealing. He's got his own little corner set up here. He's got his Anthony Edwards Gem 10. He just made a deal for, well, this one is probably the nicest card that he has. This Morant Gold Optic Auto card, numbered 6 or 8 out of 10. He just got this back from PSA in Gem 10. So, don't know much about basketball, but that looks like a really cool card. He says it's like a, what is this, $1,200 or something? He says that this is a $900 card, so that is that card. Okay, guys, I am back at Rick's table. I really like this card. Thought it was pretty cool. It is numbered 8 out of 8 on the Pearl signatures from Leaf. You do get a little bag with it as well. And it is an autograph card of all legends. Magic Johnson, Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas. Look at Isaiah Thomas' signature on that card. James Worthy. And then on the back, you have Jerry West, Rick Barry, Walt Frazier, and George Gervin. Isn't that a really sweet card? Only for $350 for this card, so I don't think that that's a very bad deal for these legend auto signatures. So thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to share with you guys. He also has this nice 68 Nolan Ryan right here. He's only asking $600 for it in a PSA 3. So I'm actually considering that card. I don't have one currently. It is pretty much miscut on the bottom, so that is probably the large reason why it is a PSA 3. Not bad on the back at all, but let me know what you guys think of this card in particular. Okay, guys, here is the deal that Trenton just made for this Elly De La Cruz 2022 Bowman prospect card, Chrome prospect card. He paid $150 for this card. It is an on-card auto, which is really nice. And looking at the condition of it, I'm thinking it's probably a 9, maybe a 10. So let me know if you think that he overpaid for this card. Nice card there that he picked up. Okay, guys, we are back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video of the sports card show. It was a really good show. Had a really good time out there. Trenton was there as well. He wasn't doing a lot of dealing. He primarily just hung out at Rick's table and took a little corner of the table and started doing some buying and selling from there. So it was nice of Rick to let Trenton do that, and he did pick up some good cards. As you saw, that Elly De La Cruz auto card, that was really cool, and he did sell some as well. But anyways, I wanted to go through the cards that I was able to pick up while I was there. As I said in the intro, I was primarily looking for prospect cards, so like Bowman first, and also top prospect cards for current players and that type of thing. So that is what I had my eye on. So I spent a whole lot of time looking through $1 and $2 and $3 boxes. But it was a good time. I probably spent 2 or 3 hours just looking through boxes. But I was able to pick out some good cards, and we will run through them right now. Just to let you guys know what my strategy was when I was looking through the dollar boxes, I had the top 100 prospect list brought up on my phone, so I was able to refer back to it and see where a particular player, if I didn't recognize the player, see if they fell in the top 100. If they weren't on the list and I had heard the name before, then I would go to that team list and pull up the top 30 for each individual team. So, for example, this Everson Pereira card, he isn't listed in the top 100 players on the Major League Prospect list, but he is number 10 in the Yankees prospect list. So to get a top 10 Yankee on the prospect list, I thought that was a pretty good deal at $3 for that card. And so that is primarily what I was looking at. Enrique Jimenez here, He's number 15 on the Tigers prospect list, but I am familiar with him. I'm sure I probably already have a Bowman first chrome of this guy, but wanted to pick that up as well. It was $1 for this card. I wanted to complete the sale, and I wanted to get to a certain price, so I did look through the dollar cards at Ben's table, if you remember Ben from the video that was at the beginning. He was pretty cool as far as letting me take up a little spot at his table and looking through the prospect cards for baseball. So you will see a few dollar cards in here, but mostly I spent most of my time looking at the $2 and $3 and even a few $5 cards. Brooke Wilkin, he is number 8 on the Brewers prospect list. So I often hear the Wisconsin baseball people talk a lot about Brock Wilkin. So I did pick up a couple of his cards. One Mojo for $2 on the Bowman First and a Bowman First regular chrome for $1. Bryce Matthews, he is number 3 on the Astros prospect list. So to be number 3 on the Astros prospect list, I would expect that he is a pretty decent player, even though we haven't heard a lot about him yet. Again, I probably already have this card in my collection. Next up, we have Yoelis Cespedes for the Boston Red Sox. He is the number 7 prospect in the Red Sox organization, and I thought this was a pretty nice Mojo Fractor for $3. Anytime you can get a top prospect in something other than a base card is usually a pretty decent deal. So to get a Mojo Fractor of him for $3, I thought that was an okay card. Again, anytime you're buying just prospects, it is just that you're prospecting, hoping that these guys turn out. Otherwise, some of these cards might be junk. An example would be this card I picked up yesterday. It was $2 on this card. I picked it up just because I liked his signature. I thought it was a pretty cool signature. And for $2, I thought, what the heck? This guy has not been a prospect for the Cubs for a couple of years. He seems like he's been out of baseball now for a couple of years. And this being a 2022 Bowman First card, who knows if this guy will ever resurface again anywhere. But he didn't play baseball at all in any Major League Baseball organization last year. But, you know, I like the guy's signature. What can I say? Jason Chourio, Jackson's brother. This was a hot card yesterday. I was looking for and actively seeking Jason Chourio cards. I did find a couple, but they were a little bit on the high side, I felt. The prices were a little bit high for them. I did talk to several dealers about him and whether or not they had any of his cards, and it seemed like a lot of dealers were holding on to Jason Chourio. He really rose quite quickly through the prospect ranks last year, so I thought to get a Sapphire, I'm kind of a sucker for Sapphire cards, I like them. So to get his Sapphire for $2, I thought was a pretty decent card, even though it is not a Bowman First card. I believe it's 2022 is his Bowman First, but he is still number 64 on the top 100 prospect list. So I was looking for pretty much any Jason Chourios I could find, and this was really the only one I was able to find. Cooper Pratt, another guy from the Milwaukee Brewers. I did hear a lot about him as well during my time in Wisconsin. This summer, I did hear several Milwaukee Brewers broadcasters talk about Cooper Pratt. And so he is number 57 on the top 100 prospect list. And again, is one of those deals, if you can get a Mojo Fractor or any type of card other than the base card of a top prospect for a couple bucks, is always a pretty decent investment. So I did pick up this Cooper Pratt card. Chase DeLauder has been a guy I've been chasing for quite a while. I don't have this card in my collection. It is this Arizona Fall League card from last year, I believe. 2024, yeah. And Chase DeLauder is, I think, the number 2 or 3 prospect, maybe even the top prospect in the Indians organization. Currently, he's number 41 on the top 100 list, so he's either like number 1 or number 2 in the Indian organization. I actually do like these Arizona Fall League cards. You can see like a little back design there, and it is a refractor, so that is always a really cool card. And I'm a big Chase DeLauder fan. I think that he's going to be a really decent player down the road. Xavier Isaac, I'm kind of a sucker for Xavier Isaac cards. On several videos I've made of top prospect videos, my top 5, for example, during the year. Xavier Isaac is usually a guy I'm going to call out, and I have featured several times during the course of the year. I did recently sell a autograph card that I had of his numbered to $4.99. It was a really nice card. It was tough for me to get rid of, but it got me the rookie debut card of Shohei Ohtani, so I guess I will take that. This Xavier Isaac, right now he's actually listed as number 36 in the top 100 prospect list. Last year he started out the year in the mid-90s as far as the top 100 list. So for him to move all the way up to number 36, I would expect him to be called up by the Rays sometime this year. He might even come right out of spring training. He's a big-time power hitter, and I've just watched some of his games in the past and some of his at-bats, and pretty legendary how far he can hit a ball sometimes. Kyle Teel is number 2 in the Red Sox organization right now. He is number 25 in the top 100. And you're going to see a lot of mojo fractors in these cards that I picked up, and this is another one. Kyle Teel is definitely a top prospect and another guy that I would expect to be called up during the course of the year. I'll probably feature him in an upcoming video of my top 5 prospects, so watch out for a further discussion on Mr. Kyle Teel. Ethan Salas, he was the hot card last year in Bowman draft, and he did have a rough year this year, to be honest. He's a kid, a kid at a time, 17 years old. He did suffer a little bit of injury this year, I believe. He was injured for part of the season, so not a great year for him at all. So hopefully he really has a bounce back year this upcoming season, because his talent is beyond compare for sure. I think that he is definitely going to be a top player in the league, probably within 5 years, but we will see. He's still a young kid. He's got plenty of time to still develop. So if I can get an Ethan Salas card for a couple bucks, even though, again, it's not his Bowman first, because his Bowman first was in Bowman draft last year, but still a decent card nonetheless. Jason Dominguez, I think Jason Dominguez is listed as number 14 in the top 100 list, even though he was called up by the Yankees at the end of the year. Pretty disappointed that the Yankees didn't give him more playing time during the World Series and during the playoffs, because I think he really deserved it. But a nice Jason Dominguez prospect card from 2021 Bowman. This is his second year Bowman card. 2020 was his Bowman first. So anytime you can get a good chrome card of a top prospect or a top potential player in the league, and I think the upside for the Martian is quite dramatic. So this, I thought, was a pretty decent card. Walker Jenkins. I did pick up 2 Walker Jenkins cards. I'm a huge Walker Jenkins guy right now. I was actually targeting an autograph card of his during the show yesterday, but I could not find one. And this is another player that the dealers are primarily holding on to. They aren't really selling a lot of Walker Jenkins. So for me to get his paper card in a box for $2, I thought was a pretty good deal. I don't have his paper card. I've got a couple of his chrome Bowman first, but I don't have his paper, so that is why I was really interested in this particular card. Pretty cool card there. Again, I'm still on the hunt for his autograph card. Hopefully I can find one at a decent price, preferably a numbered autograph card, like a purple even, or a red would be really good. But we will continue to look on eBay and see if we can find one. Dylan Cruz, we all know the story behind Dylan Cruz. He is the top prospect currently in the top 100 list. He came up for the Nationals towards the end of the year. Had a pretty decent year, and I would expect him to be the top rookie card in Series 1 next year. Him, James Wood, and probably Brooks Lee will be the top 3 rookies in Series 1 next year. I would be buying Dylan Cruz if you can find his cards out there for a reasonable price. I would be definitely buying up Dylan Cruz, because I think that he is an early front runner for Rookie of the Year next year. So definitely be buying him if you can find him. Dylan Carlson, this is a rookie card of 2021 Bowman Sapphire. Again, I'm kind of a sucker for the Sapphire cards. I like the Sapphire cards. And to get him in a rookie card, I thought was pretty decent. moving on to the next one. Not much more to say about that. Bobby Witt Jr. I thought this was a steal at $2, and I really like this card because it is kind of a color match card. You can see that in the background and also on the borders is a really nice card of his for sure. And I didn't have this card from 2021 Bowman, this prospect card. Anytime you can pick up a Bobby Witt prospect or any of that type of thing for $2, definitely can't go wrong there. Same as this Jarren Duran for $2 on the Bowman First. This is a 2020 Bowman First of Jarren Duran, and we all know that he was the MVP in the All-Star game. Had a pretty decent year last year, and I would expect him to be a stable in the Red Sox lineup going forward. So that is why I picked up that card. Again, with Alec Bohm, the 2021 Topps Chrome rookie card. I thought this was a steal too at $2. Anytime I can find these top players in the league currently and their rookie cards or their Bowman First for under $5, I think you just buy those all day long. You just keep buying them. You can't just don't even question it. Just put it in the stack and move on. That is a no-brainer to me. Same as Royce Lewis on the Mojo. Nice card here of the Royce Lewis card, and I'm a huge Royce Lewis guy. If the guy could ever stay healthy, I think he would be a top player in the league. Anytime he actually does play, he always does really well. So, again, you know, what the heck. It's a Mojo for $2, a Royce Lewis, and a potential top guy. Same as the reason why I got his Bowman First for $2 here. Even though it is a paper card, I've got a few Bowman First of his. But again, it's one of those no-brainers. A guy that has the potential of Royce Lewis, and you just throw it in the stack. You just don't even question it. Just put it in your pile and go ahead and pick it up. Joe Ryan, as you can see, I did pick up quite a few Twins. I got, I think, one more coming up here. Joe Ryan again. The Twins, as many of you probably know, really fell apart at the end of last year. They were leading their division for quite a bit of the year, were one of the first or second wild card teams most of the year until the last 3 weeks of the season. And that is in direct correlation to when Joe Ryan went down with injury. The team just fell apart after that. And he was one of the top pitchers for the Twins and probably one of the top 10 starters in the league last year until he got hurt. So to pick up his Bowman First Chrome, thought was a pretty good deal. And yeah, so really hope that Joe Ryan comes back huge. The Twins really need him this year, and I would expect him to hopefully anchor the pitching staff for this upcoming season. The Twins definitely need all the pitching help they can pick up. Austin Martin, I didn't even know, to be honest, that Austin Martin was with the Toronto Blue Jays to begin his career. I've always known him as a Twin. He played most of the season with the Twins last year. And to pick up his Bowman First card, 2021 Bowman First, I thought was a pretty good deal. Had a decent year last year. Did he light the world on fire? No. But he was a pretty decent and solid player for the Twins for most of last season. Finally, another Twin. We have Brooks Lee. And you guys know my history with Brooks Lee. Anytime I find him, I'm generally going to pick him up. I picked up a lot of Brooks Lee over the last year or 2 years or so. This is his Bowman First. It wasn't the Bowman First stack. I probably could have bought out 4 or 5 of his Bowman First cards, but I wanted to pick up this one. I do have several more, so I didn't want to buy all of them. The other ones weren't in that great a condition. I thought this one was in pretty decent condition, and I felt like this might be a potential grading card. Brooks Lee, I would expect to be one of the top 5 rookies in Series 1 next year, so that is my Brooks Lee. James Wood finally on the Mojo from 2023 Bowman, or 2024 Bowman, sorry about that. Mojo Fractor, and he really had a good year after he got called up at the end of the year. And again, he will be, along with his teammate Dylan Cruz, probably considered one of the top Rookie of the Year candidates going into 2025. And I would expect his rookie card to be like Elly De La Cruz was last year in Series 1, where he was kind of the hot rookie card. And I would expect James Wood and Dylan Cruz to be the 2 hot rookie cards in Series 1, hopefully. that's about it for the cards I picked up. I also did pick up this stack of cards for $6. The cards that I bought at that first table I was at totaled 17, and there was a 20 card for $30. So I said, hey, can you throw in one of those stacks of cards, $6 stacks of cards on top of the 17 I already have for the 20 bucks? So I thought that he said, fine, let's go ahead and do that. And that's what we went ahead and did. So I did get some really good cards out of here. Jason Dominguez in 2024. Most of these are going to be 2024. And most are going to be Chrome. Rock Reggio, Enrique Bradfield, Danichi Valdez, and a top 100 prospect card of Aiden Miller. Heston Kierstead I thought was a pretty good paper card, even though it is a paper. Jung Ho Lee on the 2024 Bowman paper. Roderick Arias on the Bowman Chrome. And Justin Crawford on the Bowman Chrome. Jackson Holiday on the Bowman paper. Nice Jackson Holiday card there. So I think that I got my $6 worth. There's a Sal Frelick. I think I got my $6 worth out of this stack for sure. A lot of Chrome. There's a Brooks Lee right there, 2024 Bowman. And Jackson Churio as well. So to get a Dominguez, a Churio, and a Holiday in a stack for $6. I mean, it's probably $15 worth of cards here for $6 with the Kierstead in there as well. I thought that was a pretty decent deal. To finally round out this video and to show you what I picked up at the end in the stack of the 20 cards for 30 bucks, I did throw this card in. It is a Jordan Addison patch rookie card of Panini Contenders football. It was just sitting in front of the box, and I thought, well, what the heck? I'm a huge Jordan Addison fan. I've got several of his, I think it's Mosaic rookies or whatever, Optic or that type of thing, Optic rookies. So to get a rookie patch card for $2 on a pretty decent and the Vikings number 2 receiver, I thought was probably a pretty good steal. This is probably, I'm guessing, maybe a $10 card. Let me know down in the comments down below and let me know what you think. I thought this was kind of a fun card. Rick, the dealer that is my son's friend, Trenton's friend, had this card just sitting on his table. It is a Paul Skeens Auto Mania American Baseball card. I don't know who the manufacturer is of this. I just thought it was kind of a cool card. And it's numbered 11 out of 35. So to get a Skeens rookie, even though obviously it's not a licensed product, one thing I found out kind of neat on the back, it says right there, copyright 2024 Wild Card Inc. So that must be the manufacturer, is this Wild Card Inc. This card is solely licensed by the player depicted and is not licensed, endorsed, or authorized by any college, university, team, or league. So this card is solely licensed by the player depicted. So Paul Skeens licensed this card. I don't know what that all means, but thought it was kind of neat. I figured, sorry about that. I don't know why this plaster crack was on the back of the One Touch. Anyways, I thought, well, heck, the One Touch is $5. So to buy this card for $10, a Skeens numbered to 35, was kind of a fun card. It wasn't for any sort of value. I just thought it was kind of a fun card and looked kind of cool. Yeah, looks like a prism kind of effect. And the last card I picked up, you guys know I'm a sucker for Harmon Killebrew, and I've been trying to buy up all his cards and to get my collection, my Killebrew collection completed. And this is a card that I've been chasing for a while. This is 63. It is a harder card to find because it is a high number card. So it is generally more expensive than his other cards that you're going to see. So I did get this. Obviously it's SGC graded 3. And looking at the comps for this card on Market Movers, I did see a 4 for like $23. I offered the guy 12 for the card, and we settled at 15. And that pretty much is what the cost is for grading the card. So I feel like I pretty much got the card for free. The reason why I got a 3, there is a wrinkle. I don't know if you can see it in the light. It's kind of, sort of right underneath his chin. But it's really not noticeable to the naked eye. I wouldn't consider it a crease. I would consider it more of a wrinkle. but the card is nicely centered, both top to bottom and left to right, and the color on it, the gloss on it, is quite fantastic. Beautiful card here of Harmon Killebrew. Now 63 is one I've been kind of searching for a while, so to get this card for the price that I got it at 15 bucks, I thought was pretty reasonable. Again, I don't normally buy wrinkled cards or any sort of crease cards, but just looking at the centering on this card on the 63, you don't see them centered that well very often, and I thought it was a pretty cool card. Anyways, that is the pickups from the card show yesterday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. If you think I made out pretty well on these cards, or if you think that I didn't make out well at all. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Check out the other content on the channel that we'll have coming up this week. Do have some good videos coming out, so stay tuned for that in the coming days. Thanks, guys. Be safe out there, and happy collecting.